Hello students, welcome back to our practical session. Today we are going to discuss on main point of our differentiation. Differentiation is your second practical from my side. For practical examination, you have to prepare this chapter for theory as well as practical examination also. Okay, now in front of you there is one line which is moving repeatedly. Can you see this one? If you have any curve and your line is moving here, see what is this delta x? Can you imagine? In the last practical we have seen what is meant by delta. How to find out slope by using delta. Delta is nothing but changes in values, small increment in values, increment or decrement. So now see, this is my blue line which is known as chord. When I have 2 points on a curve and this line is passing through that curve, then this is known as chord. See, this is known as chord at that position. Okay, now see, if my values are decreasing towards, if my one point is moving towards another point, then they meets at one point. At that time this distance is known as 0 here. Okay, are you getting my point? Now see, next example. See, this is again one example on the basis of these lines. See, at that position this is a chord, but at particular time it becomes tangent. What is meant by chord? What is meant by secant? What is meant by tangent? Secant is nothing but tangent, a chord. Okay, and what is meant by tangent? Tangent is known as a line which is passing through only one point of that curve. And what is meant by chord? If you have any curve, then at least 2 point line which is moving from 2 points, which is passing from 2 points, then this line is known as chord or secant. See, you can observe here for your observation. See, delta x is going to minimize towards one particular point. So a plus a plus h, see, at that position you can see a plus h which is decreased. So this chord is moving. When this chord is moving, at one point it becomes a tangent. Chord is becomes a tangent, and for that time I want to take limit. See what yesterday we have. Neighborhood towards particular point. So under this we have limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a over h. Now how it becomes? Let us see. You can see xy plane here properly, and if I want to find out curve here, see, suppose this is my curve and this is my chord. Okay, so this is my point P here, this is my point Q here. So can I do this one? This is nothing but A. If I am going to measure distance of this is nothing but a plus h. You can say also there is a plus delta x. Delta x be the small increment. So at that same time on y axis You found f of a here for point A, and for point P you found f of a, and for point Q you found f of a plus h, or if you are going to substitute delta, then it is in the form of delta x, or these are, or you can choose. Now see, you can see this chord, and this chord is between point P and point Q. Okay, so if I want to plot coordinates of P, then I can write a comma f of a, and if I want to write coordinate, my x coordinate is a plus h here, and side by side my y coordinate is f of a plus h here. Got it? So this is the position of when I have one chord and I want to find out slope. Now see, if I want to find out slope, then what to do here? You have to use formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, if I want to find out distance between PQ, then this is nothing but y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here my y2 is f of a plus h and y1 is f of a. So can I write this over a plus h plus minus a. Now see, a and remaining term is PQ equal to f of a plus h minus f of a over h. I got value of PQ, value of this. If I want to move my Q from this one to this one towards P, if I want to move this chord towards P, okay, then resultant diagram for this graph is as like this. Then we'll get path of this is as like this, and this you found this type of difference between your figure. Now when your point Q exactly move on point P, at that time you can say that you have tangent for this curve, because chord known as two line which is intersecting by 2 points, and tangent means a line which is passing through a single point of that curve. This is the difference. So एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा अगर मुझे Q को P के टूवर्ड्स लेके जाना है, तब अगर मेरा Q P बन गया, that time my h tends to 0. So there is a plus h be the increment. but अगर मेरा increment 0 हुआ, Q मेरा P पे आ गया, तो Q का पोजीशन अगर P पे आया तो h tends to 0 होगा. And at that time if my Q become a P, point P, then limit h approaches to 0, this h comes towards P, then at that time h tending towards 0, I can write this PQ, value of PQ, f of a plus h minus f of a over h, and this is known as f dash x, and this is known as dy by dx. See students, there is one chord which connects to curve at two different points, okay, and there is ds and dt, which is rate of change of displacement with respect to time here. So you can see this graph as like this. Let us see one more graph. This is regarding how it works. See, this is known as rate of change of very small quantity, this one, ds by dt or df by dx, you can say that rate of change. See, it is very small increment in 0.000s. You can observe here when your tangent is passing through your curve. Now here there is one example. See, in formulas there are different formulas on the basis of derivatives. One formula is there for x square. If you have any square, then its sides, you know that area of square is x square. You can take this is in the form of a product 2 into x or 2 into 2 or x into x, as like this. So if this is yellow portion indicates small increment in your square, then how it works, how to take derivative of this one, it is 2x into dx. And if I want to decrease this yellow portion, so it will become 0.000 towards 0.0000, and you can ignore this is, you can consider this is negligible. So this is cubic function. Here yellow portion indicates increment in your sides. So if I want to separate these parts which are extra, then you can say that you have side, you have increment with thickness dx. Dx is nothing but delta, which is increase in size. So df, if you want to find out, so it is known as 3x square into dx. So if I have this one, then I can say that derivative of x cube is 3x square. Now dx denominator में आएगा df के साथ. See, if you have cubic function, then your graphic as like this. Now if you have any tangent which is continuously moving through this graph, then you can see this changes. See, if you have any curve x cube, then slope of this curve is increasing when your tangent moving towards upward direction. Its slope is flat when you are lying on x-axis, and your slope is 0 when it is moving towards negative. Now see, there are some power rules. We have seen this, derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. So derivative of x is 1 x raised to 0, derivative of x square is 2x, derivative of x cube is 3x square, x raised to 4 is 4x cube. See, there are few abstract functions. Velocity, oscillations are the examples of abstract functions. See, e raised to x is generally we can use in population of growth. Okay, exponential function e raised to x we can use in the examples of population growth. See, if you have 1 over x, so if I am going to increase value of x, then 1 over x decrease, vice versa. See, here area is 1 because its side is one side 2, another side is half. So 2 into half 1. So when I am going to increase breadth, then height will be decrease, area lose, area decrease हो रहा है यहाँ पे. So decrease होते होते नेगेटिव की तरफ भी जा सकता है. So this is the reason why we should learn formula. See, if you have any circle, any kind of circle, circular ground, you are standing in circular ground, then there is circular path, you are walking on that path, then you can see this one. Suppose you are moving from one point towards y axis as like this, then if you want to find out angle, this theta is known as inclination with positive direction of x axis, and this is nothing but slope. Okay, so tan theta is nothing but slope of that particular angle. Now if you want to find out slope, you want inclination in the form of tan theta. So if you have this circle here, this is known as unit circle, then it is movable continuously. When you are moving, you can measure your angle, and it is your d of sine theta, and d theta is indicated. See, this is the graph of sine function and I am moving tangent through this. Then how it works? When at that position your tangent is moving, then your values are increasing. At that position your tangent on a peak, so at that time your slope is 0, and if it is moving towards downward direction, then its slope is negative. See, you can see the condition of green line and this tangent line. So this green graph is known as function of cos. That's why the derivative of sine is cos. It is quite related with each other. See, at that point you can see the cos function, structure of graph of cos function and sine function. So derivative of sine function is cos function, we can say generally. You can see the structure of graph here.